All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. We have some concerning news, and the problem is we've got an economy that is really starting to have some issues. Some of the numbers are not good. Some of them are a little bit deceptive and everything, but you should probably brace for impact, for higher prices, and more issues as they transfer from the old administration to the new administration, who quite honestly is seemingly trying to come out the gate dealing with a lot of problems, but also trying to get the agenda in, knowing that there's going to be a lot of pushback by a lot of people. We've all seen what's going on with the injunctions and all that, but as it pertains to the economy, there's more of a just, it's the economy. They can't do an injunction against moves on that, though. Don't give them any ideas. But there has been a fall of 0.3%. It's negative for the GDP, okay? Not good, but it's a little deceptive. So they said imports soared. They went up by a lot. And now, why do you think that is? Well, with Trump coming out and saying he's going to really go after countries that he sees are sticking it to us via imports and stuff, and by putting tariffs on there, it basically made the imports soar. Whenever that happens, it means that it goes against our GDP. What is GDP? It's what you make as a nation. It's like a salary, okay? So the salary went down, and of course, all kinds of other things are going up. So this is a negative. But as they said, it's a little bit deceptive because it was 0.3%, and the imports really probably had an effect on that from what they're saying. So these are all things that are, wonky and nerdy and all that, and you're probably like, okay, so what? Well, as pertains to you, there was higher inflation, and this is the problem, and this is where we've all seen it. Higher inflation is all around us. It's been going on for many years. I just put a post out onto my Truth Social and Gab and Minds and all that, showing where the dollar has gone in the last 112 years since the Federal Reserve got into power. Some say that the Federal Reserve are going to take this moment and possibly lower interest rates. Others say that they'll stand and not really do anything. Lowering interest rates will help, at least get things going as it pertains to lending and stuff for homes and cars. The problem is that if you lower rates, then you add to the pressures of inflation. What are you seeing out there that is going up in price? Because I can tell you right now, what I am seeing is the price of protein. I have been looking around and trying to figure out ways in the long term to deal with that. I like to, have the kids and I and wife eat, good proteins. Seeing some of the reports about stringy chicken and beef coming from places unknown, I like to have my stuff coming from places that I do know. Now, thankfully, we're in an area where there's a lot of people that create such things, and you can get wholesale meat. It's still, expensive and on par with what you get at the grocery store. You just have to buy it in bulk. And we do. We just did about a month ago. We got a quarter of a steer, and we got a whole bunch of chicken, which we're now consuming. And it's been going good, but the inflation is going up. I think we got it for about $5.50 a pound when it was all said and done for the beef. $5.69, $5.79 is what wholesale prices are for beef. So, but I'm afraid that that's going to be going up. I'm afraid that by the time end of summer comes around, your beef prices are going to be $6, $7 a pound. Same thing with other proteins, because what happens is people can't get the one protein, they go into another protein. So, we get chicken, pork, The inflation measure made a 3.6% gain. Okay, that's a lot. They thought it would be about 2.4, went to 3.6. So you're talking a pretty major gain right there. And so this excludes food and energy. Or when you exclude food and energy, it goes up 3.5%. They think that's a little bit better of a gauge. They want it to be around 3%, but it's going up. So long story short, we're going to see more inflation. It's going up. You've got the tariff thing going on. So they put a bunch of imports in to, try to countermeasure that. You've got people trying to save money. So spending is going down all across the board. And all of this is going to come together for what's probably going to be a rough 2 to 3 more quarters, or at least rest of 2025 for everybody. And so for that, you should be prepping and you should be doing things to get your house in order to weather the storm, because there's a storm coming. So that's what we got today, folks. Hopefully you are having a good Wednesday, and hit the buttons and stuff, darken out the bell, get the notifications, and come on back, okay? And we would love to see you on the next one. We'll be doing another video tonight on me going through and showing people what we did with our reorganization of preps. Stay tuned. There are other ways, of course. Go to the links in the description if you like what we're doing here, and I strongly urge you to join us on other platforms at this point, okay? Really strongly implore you to try to join us elsewhere, okay? Thanks so much. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.